G'day, welcome back to another episode of Togl. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name's Jason and my wife Kayleen and I, a bit over a year ago, purchased just under 300 acres of pristine Tasmanian wilderness up here in the northwest of Tasmania. This series of videos is our effort at being able to live off grid up here on the block. Now, for those of you who have been watching for a while, you'll know that we've been waiting a long time to get our planning permit approved from council. It was approved last week, finally. It took about 15 months, which is ridiculous, I know, but the planning approval is done. What that planning approval means is that council have assessed what we've told them we want to establish here, and they've looked at it, said, yep, okay, we approve what you want to do. The next step that we have to do is put in the building approval. So every time we want to put a building here, like a decent building, not something like this little shed, but you know, a house, a dwelling that's going to be lived in, because we do want to put a couple of little Airbnb cottages and stuff over the coming years. Anytime we want to put one of those in, we've got to do a building approval. So that's what we're going through right now. We're talking with a surveyor and architect company down in Launceston, and they are working on putting together that building approval for us so that we can submit to council. Once the building approval comes through, then we can erect the American style barn that we've got and start to fit it out to live in it. That's going to be a process in itself. We're going owner builder, so we're going to do the majority of the work ourselves. Obviously tradies still need to do their bits, and also we have to be certified by a builder still. They have to come and check our work, which is fair enough, so we have to go through all that process. But it is now just gone into April, and in a couple of months the rains will start in earnest, normally mid-June for about 3 months. So I don't know how much we're going to get done before that, but anyway, we'll see how we go. For today though, what I need to do is get this roller door on this barn that I'm sitting in, this little shed that we've built. That's the final stage, get the roller door on, and then I can start to bring more stuff in here because it'll be all sealed up. So that's what I'm going to do today, and that's what I'm going to show you. I'm just boiling the kettle, going to make myself a cuppa, have a bite to eat for lunch because I've been up here for a couple of hours already this morning, just doing a bit of clearing and a bit of tidy up, and then we'll get on with that roller door. Alright, a couple of stages to getting this roller door up. I've never done one before. I've done a bit of research. I've got a few tips from a few friends, people I know, about getting tensions right and that sort of thing, about getting the roller door up. But anyway, we've got a roller door at the rental in the garage, so I've been using that to take measurements and work things out. Basically, I have 2 of these brackets, one for each end. The pipe that goes through the center of the roller door will sit on that, like that. So I need about 8 inches clearance from here to whatever it might touch, which in this case, because it's running along here, would be that beam and the other beam just over there. And it won't touch this beam because the edge of the roller door will actually be just inside. So this is going to go out here. And as I said, I'm going to need to make sure that I've got 8 inches clearance to that top there. When I look at that, it means that that's pretty much where I'm going to have to bolt it, right there. And the roller door will sit on top of that. Remember, this is the center, so you would have some down here, some up there. It's going to make it a very low door. We'll have to duck our head going in and out, but this roller door was supposedly, I thought, going to be the simple way to cover 3 meters and give us a nice big access for carrying stuff in and out, because this is a storage shed. At a later date, I may pull this roller door off, wall this up, and turn this into like a little bunkhouse or something like that. But that would only be once the main house is up and everything that we want to store in here is in the house. So for now, I just want to get this roller door on. So yes, it's going to be low. We're just going to have to work with that. At least it's going to give us the access in and out. It wasn't something I'd planned for when we built this, was the roller door. So we'll just make the most of it and we'll see how we go. Could get interesting. Okay, the brackets are up. Now I just need to get the roller door onto the bucket of the tractor. I'm going to use the tractor bucket to lift it up, get it into place. So it's all strapped up, ready to go. I'll see if I can get it up onto the bucket, and I'll strap it to the bucket, and then I'll move it into place. Fingers crossed it all goes to plan. I've realised that on this end, this bracket is too far in. These edges are hard up against it, and I need a gap because I need to now be able to get the track that it runs in up in there, and I need space in between this bracket and here. So this bracket needs to come out. Now, I'm not sure whether you can tell in the footage there, but I've got this bracket right on the edge of this beam. This is just a big cavity in here. I've already had to take this piece of tin off once when I built the frame the other week. I had to take this tin off so that I could screw this on. It's a good thing that I've got a gap there, and a gap needs to be filled anyway. I'm going to need to take this tin off again, screw another piece of timber in here, to screw it against that so that this bracket can move across an inch, and then everything's going to line up nice. Once that's done, the final piece of the puzzle is basically getting the tension set back onto this, because it's all the springs unraveled and that. Now I do know how that needs to be done, and hopefully I'll be able to get that done. I'll show you that when we get to it. But first, I just got to take this tin off, screw another piece of timber into here, put the tin back on. Then I'll be able to bring the tractor under and hold this up while I move this bracket out, put it all back together again. So this right here, this is where I need to screw another beam on. This bracket can come out. And I just happen to have some timber beams left over from when I milled all this stuff up. That one's too tall, but it's the exact same size as this one. I'll just need to trim it off with the drop saw. So I'll have to get the generator started up, get the drop saw, get this cut. I won't worry about showing you that. I'll get this fixed on now, and then we'll come back to moving the bracket. Okay, I've got the beam in place, just got it clamped on. Now I'll just screw it in and get the tin back on. I think before I put the tin on, I'm just going to get this roller door all set, and then I know it's done, it's fine. Then I'll put the tin back up. So I'll need to go and bring the tractor over to take the weight of this, and then I'll move the bracket out. Okay, well that's that sorted. Now I should be able to feed this up. And then it'll just be a matter of screwing this on. In attempting to put this in, I realised that because this is also open and slack, you see this gap right here, all of this roller door should be wrapped up nice and tight around this coil. Because it's hanging so low, I can't actually get this rail up and in. So what I'm going to need to do is tension all this up first. The way that I need to do that is that I need to get a tension wrench, which I've got, and I need to twist this post around to take up the slack. And it'll be twist, tighten that nut so that it holds. Then I can release the tension wrench, get another grip on it, loosen the nut, twist it again, and I'll just keep doing that. I've just got to twist it until eventually I've got all of that slack wrapped up. Once all that slack's wrapped up and the tension's back in the spring, that's what's going to allow it to move up and down nice and easy, but it's also going to allow me to get this rail in, I hope, and then that should be the final piece of the puzzle. So I'm going to go and grab my wrenches and little socket set, and we'll get ready to start doing that now. Alrighty, welcome up the ladder. These are the wrenches I'm talking about. Maybe they're not called tension wrenches. Clamp wrench. Basically though, you can adjust them and get them to lock on tight, so I can actually clamp that on. That's what I needed. So what I've also realized is that I think this will swing all the way around, so I may not need to do the whole readjust, like loosen, move, tighten. I might not need to do that. I'm hoping I don't need to do that. Anyway, so I'll loosen this off. And now I need to tighten this up, I believe. Now what I'm seeing is the tension is set by twisting the pole inside of this. And I thought twisting this pole was going to wrap all this up tighter, but it's not. So now I'm going to have to work out if I can actually wrap this up tighter around this cog here. All this gap needs to be gone, and if I can't, I'm going to have to take it down and wrap it up on the ground and tie it tight again and give it another go, because I just didn't understand exactly how it worked until I got it up here and seeing that that is able to move without this twisting. I seriously thought this here was attached to that, like physically bolted to it, so that if this turned, that turned, and that's not the case. Which, now that I think about it, would make sense, because when that's clamped tight, if that pipe can't twist because it's clamped tight and this was fixed to that, then the roller door ain't going to work, is it? Alrighty. I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to untie the rope that's holding this together and see if I can unfurl the whole lot, wrap it up again tight. Maybe that'll work. Alright, I think the shadows, the light is throwing havoc on the camera, but I've got the roller door about, well, it's probably only half open, but it's about 2/3 of the way down the space I need, but it is now jamming. I don't know why it's jamming now when it didn't in the first bit, but anyway, it's jamming against one of the two beams up there. So I'm going to take this down, I'm going to roll it up nice and tight again the way that it should be before putting it back up, but I've just marked on one of the beams, so the beam comes through like that, the roller door is hitting against it, so I've just marked a bit of a cup. I'm just going to take a bit of a cup out just so that it fits a little bit better in there, because I don't want to lower it any lower, and I reckon I can do that. It's only by about 2 centimeters, and on the 4-inch beam that won't make much of a difference, so I'm going to get to and get all that sorted now. I'll bring you back once I've got all that sorted, and then we'll look at the tensioning again. Well, roller door's back up, it's rolled in nice and tight, and I've got both of the tracks on as well that the roller door slide down in. You can just see that over there, and the roller door is already into that track with the lugs in underneath the stopping lugs. It's what stops it flipping all the way around when you put it up. So everything's in place there. Now what I'm thinking is, before I go and undo this strap, I probably want to set that tension. So I'm going to get all that tension wound up in there, as I was saying before. I'll move the camera over there so you can see. We'll get that sorted out. Then I'll take the strap off and then we'll see if it works, eh? I can feel the tension in that straight away. There's a lot of kickback in that. Okay, moment of truth. I'll take this strap off and see what happens. And the whole thing just unraveled. I have no idea why. No idea. Look at it. The whole thing just unraveled. It's like there's no tension in it at all. So the only thing I'm thinking is I may have set the tension the wrong way. Maybe I was setting the tension anti-clockwise, looking at it from this end. Maybe I need to set it the other way. I'll see if I can wrap it up the other way and we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to stop the camera for now. I'm going to work it out and hopefully I'll show you the final product. It is getting late in the day, so I don't know how much more daylight I've got to try and get this sorted out. Well, we have a door. Doesn't actually work, as in it doesn't open and close, but we've got a door, which basically means the shed is sealed up now, which is great. There are gaps above the I'm not sure if you can see this, but up here I've still got gaps between each beam. So I just need to cut some lengths of timber, fill that in, and then it will be basically vermin proofed. So that possums can't climb up and get in there and whatnot. But for now, it really is enough that I can start putting gear in there. That's not so important, but I can put gear in there now, which is great. Now, yes, it is unusual to have the roller door. Technically, we're looking at the back of the roller door. That would normally be on the inside. The reason I did it that way was because when I built this, or when we started to build the frame, as you know, I had a lot of help with that. So when we put the frame up, I had no intention of putting the roller door there. The two main logs, which are left and right of the roller door, sit at about 2.9 meters in between them to the edges. The roller door is 3.1 wide. It was never going to go on the inside. It just wouldn't have worked. So I thought, well, that's okay. I mean, don't need to lock it really. So it's I've got it mounted on the outside. So it unfurls and rolls down, and what you would normally see is now on the inside, but hey, it works. And I can always drill a hole down the bottom and put a padlock into it and lock it if I want to anyway. As we start to put more stuff in there, I probably will. But anyway, the shed is basically sealed. I do need to do some more research though. I've got to work out how to tension this thing so that it'll go up and down, because I need it to go up and down so that I can load stuff into there. We've got big boxes and all sorts of things. I don't want to be trying to squeeze through that door. If we can go in and out of the roller door, it'd be so much better. So I'm going to have to do some more research, work out, now that it's down, which way does it need to be twisted? Do both ends need to be twisted? Exactly how do I set the tension on those springs so that that roller door will go up? And there's a fair bit of weight in that roller door, so there's going to be a lot of tension on those springs too. You would have seen when I was trying to spin that pipe around, it was really fighting back. It's a lot of tension in those springs. Anyway, that's it for me up here for today. I'm just going to do a quick tidy up and then I'm going to head home. What you're about to see right now is our little trip that we did down to Launceston a couple of weeks ago, and a cool little thing that we picked up down there as well. So I hope you enjoy this next part. See you in Launceston. Today Kay and I are going to take a break from being up on the block and doing stuff, and we've come down to Launceston to run a couple of errands, but also we thought we'd stop in and have a look at Cataract Gorge Reserve. We haven't had a look at that yet, so we're just going to grab a bite to eat in the cafe here, and then we're going to have a look around and we'll show you around. Now these little wood hen looking things are what the locals call turbo chooks, because when they run like blue blazes. Man, they're fast. So we're going to catch, well, we are on the chairlift back, and anyone that knows me knows I really don't like heights that much, especially when they swing and bounce and carry on, but I'll be brave and we're going to do it. Well, that was our little outing to Cataract Gorge. There's a lot of different walking tracks, some of them up over an hour long, and I guess on a warmer day with a bit more time it'd be nice to go and look around some of those. But we just wanted to have a quick look. We'd not been here before. Take that chairlift and see the suspension bridge. It was amazing how much even that suspension bridge swung around even when no one was actually walking on it. I think it was just the wind blowing it around a bit. It is a bit cool and windy today, but hopefully you enjoyed that. We've got a few errands to do now and then head back to Burnie. We'll see you up on the block shortly. So we were just scooting down the road and I spotted these bushes on the side of the road here. And I thought, now they're a lot darker than the hawthorn berries. I wonder if these are the slow berries. So we had a bit of a look. We Googled it up and I thought, no, they're just little plums maybe, but even when we break them open, they kind of look like a plum. They got that yellow flesh. But we checked it out and they are sloe berries, S-L-O-E, sloe berries. They use them for flavouring gin and things like that. They're very tart and I tried it and yeah, it's pretty damn tart. Sloe berries, we've been looking everywhere to try and find some of these and we found some. So we've taken a couple of branches of the fruit so that we can try and grow the seeds. And I've taken a few of the little new shoots as well. We'll see if we can't strike a few because it'd be good to grow some of these as a hedge that we can then harvest the fruit off as well later. So yeah, I'm 95% sure that these are sloe berries. They're bigger than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were small like a little currant, but these are actually about the size of a marble or a grape. But as you can see, there's quite the hedge of them here. We just happened to spot them as we were driving down the road. I dropped the Yui, came back and pretty happy we found them. Well, on with our adventure. Okay, so our little trip, we've just got back from Launceston. This is why we went down. We got ourselves a little ride-on mower. Kay's just taking it for a spin. See how it goes. I'll show you a bit when she gets back up here a bit closer. Well, it looks like it's knocking that bracken down beautifully, so that's pretty good. I mean, the grass isn't that long here anyway, but trying along here. Yeah, to try in some of this thicker stuff and see how it looks. Beautifully, look at that. Woo! Yep, Kay's having fun. It's a winner. Certainly make a lot better work than pushing the mower around. So this was our little trip to Launceston. Apart from going up to the Cataract Gorge, we went to pick up this second-hand ride-on mower. And we've just been running around here as you saw, and it's a little beauty. May not be the prettiest, but it goes really well and it cuts really well. Best part about it is, at least it's the right colour. We must have something for red machinery. Red goes faster, that's why. Alrighty. Anyway, we've done enough here now, so we are going to wrap it up and then head back home for some dinner. Well, that's it for another episode of Togl this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. A couple of different things there, as usual. Getting the roller door sorted out. Still trying to work that one out anyway. And our trip to Launceston. Pick up the mower. Now, we've been told that the zero turns are way better than just your standard ride-on mower, but look, that ride-on mower came up at the right price and the right colour, so we went down and we snatched it up. And hey, how cool, we found some sloe berries as well. I've got some soaking in gin at the moment to see how sloe berry gin might taste. We'll look at that in 6 months' time. Anyway, as I said, that's it for this week. So I hope you did enjoy it. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have a good week next week. And I'll see you next Friday. Take it easy. Cheers.